Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to be sent another strap. They're called Montreux. They do actually send you with the strap how to pronounce the name of the brand. So it's Montreux, not Montreux as it looks there. A bit like when I first got a Zelos and everyone was pronouncing it Zelos, but apparently it's Zelos. I think I got that the right way around. But yes, so I'm just going to do a little bit about the brand. We'll go into the website. We'll come back. We'll look at the packaging, the rubber strap itself, the hardware, and then we'll do a bit of a summary. So Montreux is what they call an enthusiast brand. So I mean, that'd be people like yourself and I looking at the market, not finding the straps that we like at the price we want, and therefore deciding to set up their own company. They're US based. And yeah, I guess it must be difficult because you look at the market and you kind of look at all the straps out there from your big players like Rubber Bee and others. And you know, you're paying 150, 180 pounds for the strap. And then if you want some hardware with it, sometimes that could be upwards of 200 pounds for the strap. Still cheaper than manufacturer straps, but very expensive. And then when you look at rubber straps at this kind of price range, or maybe 10, 20 quid below, they're just, quite frankly, they're just a bit crap. I've had rubber straps of all sorts, from Hirsch ones, which cost like 50 quid, up to my Tudor one, which obviously comes with the watch itself, to Artem straps, and so on. So it'll be interesting to see where this sits. So before we get into the actual strap itself, we'll just do a review of the website, and then we'll come back here and look more closely at the strap. Okay, so here you can see the landing page for the website. It's a nice landing page. It's a little bit busy for my liking, but it is a nice landing page. Obviously, the key things they want are deals, so you can see that straight at the top. That's a very obvious and good place to put it. And then you've got the Montreux kind of like animation, which I do like actually, and it's done very well. And then you've got a whole bunch of YouTubers that have reviewed these straps. Obviously, again, that's if you're a watch enthusiast, you're going to come here probably off one of the YouTube videos, and then you'll see these other YouTube reviews. You might click on those, and that might add weight to whether you want to purchase the strap or not. So I quite like that as well. That's actually a good thing to have done. And then you start to come and you can kind of cycle through the straps. A little bit further down, just a bit more of an explanation, and then customer reviews. Obviously, the main bit is you can go to the shop. You can see they've got a multitude of colours. And I'm sure this will get expanded, and we'll come on to that in my final thoughts. And obviously, I've got mine in GBP. And then when you come to press, again, it's links to all the various YouTube videos, which I think is actually pretty good. A bit of information about them. Obviously, just the fact that they're a US-based enthusiast startup. And this must be a very hard market to break. And then you've got support there. So yeah, it must be a very hard market to break. There's huge amounts of watch straps out there at all sorts of price points. But yeah, I think it's a nice website. I've got no issues with it. Actually, I will click into here because I've actually got some quite nice shots of the straps. These are actually very true to how the strap looks. You can't really see the brushing there, but it's a very true to life how the strap looks. And it's always nice to see the straps on watches, because when you go to like Zenith's website or Omega, Omega are okay actually, but when you go to Zenith, all you can see is a strap. You don't actually get to see it on different watches. So it is quite well done here, and you can, you know, if you've got one of these watches, it's nice to be able to see what it might look like on your particular watch. Okay, so as you can see, it's a decent website. So let's just kind of get into it. I'm going to put it on my wrist first of all. So bear with me 1 second. Obviously, you need to see what it's like on the actual wrist, and then I'll take it off the watch and we'll do a proper review of it. So it is extremely, extremely soft. It is the softest, most supple strap I have had, whether it's in for review or purchased. I thought the Hirsch one was probably the softest strap, and then I thought it was the Artem one, but this is the softest strap, and we'll come on to that shortly. But as a result of being so soft, it doesn't need any break-in period. It just conforms straight to the shape of your wrist. There's no break-in period whatsoever with this strap. While it's on my wrist, you will see I've got a 7-inch wrist, and this is the 3rd notch in. So it's an extremely long strap. It's the longest strap I've ever actually had as well. So I do think they need to make a shorter strap, and you'll probably see this from other reviews. If you've got a 6-inch wrist, you can't wear this. At 6.5, I'm not sure. I think you might be on the last pinhole here, and then you can see how much excess there is even on my 7-inch wrist. So it feels like it's a strap made for bigger guys. So I'd say 6.5-inch wrist and above, you're good. Anything less than that, you might struggle with it. It looks very, very nice on my watch. So I'm just going to take this one off. Okay, so bear with me. Nice and easy because it's quick release. Right, there are some really great features to this strap that I've not seen on other straps I've had in. I'm sure they are out there. I know some of these features are out there, but not all of them. So the first thing to mention, we'll just go through the branding. So you can see you've got the name on the inside there, which I like. I don't like it on the outside like Panerai do on theirs. We'll come on to the hardware shortly, but you can see you've also got on the pin buckle, and then you've got it on one of the keepers as well. Although bizarrely, I don't see this on their website, but we'll come back to that. So the strap, how do I feel about the strap? I think it's a very, very soft strap. Watch that. It just flops. So if I get the Artem strap, which I still have, okay, and I hold the Artem strap at the end, and this is an FKM strap as well, bear in mind, it just stays completely flat. So it's a very soft strap, but it's bolstered up here. I'm not comparing them price-wise, I'm just showing you how soft this strap is. But this is FKM rubber as well, but obviously it's got the kind of Cordura effect on top of it. And then if you hold this one at the end, it just flops. It's a very, very soft strap. One of their talking points is the fact that it's about 50% thinner than most FKM straps. I don't quite see that. It's definitely thinner than the Artem strap, but it's not quite 50% thinner. I'm sure there are other straps that it is 50% thinner on, and I think they're quoting it's generally 50% thinner, but it's not that one compared to the Artem strap. It's a lot softer. It's very smooth by comparison as well. I don't know if that's a quality of FKM rubber, because this is very smooth. I love this strap, but this is particularly smooth. It's really quite odd, but very nice against the skin, obviously. So what you do have with all these straps now, it does, as you see, it has like a cavity in the back to allow air to go through. As I've already said, they all do it, and I'm sure it is better than having it flat. But if you're a really sweaty guy, I'm not sure it's going to make a massive difference. Again, like my Tudor strap, I like the fact there's a ridge down the middle, so it's not just a completely flat strap. I think that makes it look a lot nicer. And then like the Tudor strap as well, actually, you can see on the inside, the cuts are angled. So what that means is when you put the buckle through or the pin through, it doesn't kind of sit proud of the wrist like that. It actually remains flat because the buckle goes along that shaped shaped angle, but you can see what I mean, hopefully. It's a really nice touch that not all straps have. So the Artem one, for example, is just straight through, and lots of other straps are just straight through, but this has like a cutaway. You can see it there to make it more comfortable on your wrist. So I really like that as well. Another interesting feature is that if you look at the, and I'll do this with the Artem and with my strap, the Tudor strap, it comes out the box completely straight, completely flat, like the Artem strap, like this, okay? Completely flat, not pre-curved, if you want to call it, which means there is a nature of getting that watch to get comfortable on your wrist. If you look at this, there's a deliberate curve at the top of the strap, and that is so that when you put it on, it automatically bends to your wrist. And I think that's a really nice touch. I think Rubber Bee do something similar to that, but not many straps do. And likewise, at the bottom of the strap, you can see there's a deliberate curve at the bottom. So when it is on your wrist and you have the excess, its tendency is to kind of grip your wrist as opposed to stick out like that. So they're two really nice features that I've actually not seen on any straps that I've had, although I do know they exist. So yeah, the core things for me are the comfort of the strap, the softness of the strap, and those little design cues that I've not seen on any other straps that I've had in for review. Obviously, it's got the quick release spring bars, which you've just seen how easy that is to use. That's nothing new these days, and to be quite frank, I would expect that on any kind of aftermarket straps, at least as an option, but these come on as standard, which is quite nice. So for the other side of the strap, you've got a perfectly nice buckle and pin, nice and thick. I like the style of it. It's very simple. It's not really bulky like I've seen other ones kind of come out and they're really bulky. It's very nice. It's even thinner than the Tudor one, I think. So the Tudor one's quite bulky, if you can see. So I really like the simplistic design of it, to be honest with you. There's no need to over-engineer it. I'm sure there are lots of companies who do it. It's a fully brushed item, but it's very nice brushing on it. It's very fine brushing. So I think it's a very well executed and very well finished clasp. I've got no issues with that at all. I'd rather it came on a clasp than a lousy or really substandard deployment of some nature. Some people will like the branding, some won't. What I don't quite understand is why there's this branding here and this branding here, especially when I can't see this on the website. Personally, I would get rid of this and just keep it as a normal keeper like this one, but keep the branding on the buckle because I quite like that. Another styling cue which I find quite interesting and quite cool is you can see there the cutout of the keeper. Hopefully you can see the cutout of the keeper shapes to the actual shape of the watch. So it's got a ridge on the top and it has a kind of gap in the bottom. So when it fits down and slides, it actually fits really well to the watch. Whereas when you look at the Tudor, it doesn't have that. It's just a completely flat across, just completely flat across the underside. So it doesn't fit to the strap very well. So when you fit the strap through the keeper, it's completely flat, which is fine. But I think that's quite a nice thing. I think it just shows there's a bit of thought that's gone into it. So when you feed the strap through, it will fit perfectly into there. I did notice that these do move around quite easily, a bit too easily. I would say that, like the Artem strap, or probably the Artem one, not the Tudor one, because this is a completely different style of strap. I do think it will benefit from the first keeper having some kind of let me get it out actually. Hang on, I should have got this out already. Having these bits to hold it in place, these kind of little rubbery hook things, I do think it will benefit from something like that on this strap to hold it in place. I completely missed the packaging. We'll come on to that. So yeah, I do think it's a very well made strap, and I do like it. We will go back because I forgot to talk about the packaging, which is right in front of me, bizarrely. It's actually nice packaging. It's nice packaging than I expect on a strap of this price. So it's quite a solid box. It's got a magnet here that kind of pins it down. You could use it to travel with, you wouldn't, but it's nice, it's solid, and it's better than any strap packaging that I've had at a strap of this price. So props for that. I do like it. It does make it feel like a more premium product when you get it, because when you do get it and it's just in like a plastic bag or something, which you do get, it doesn't feel all that great. So this is a really nice addition. Okay, I think in summary, just so you know, if you ordered this, you can get these from their website, from Amazon, from their Instagram site, and from Facebook. It's about £47 in the UK if you go to Amazon. It's actually cheaper than ordering through their website. I think it's about £35 plus £15 postage, so it's a bit cheaper to buy it through Amazon, which I do think is extremely good value, I have to say. I've not handled a strap of this quality at that price. Are there better straps? I think the Artem straps are better, yes. I think the factory straps are better, but they're so much more expensive. And this is probably the most instantly comfortable strap I've ever put on, just because it's so soft. I will say, because it is so soft as well, if you have a heavy watch head, it might be a problem. So I already noticed on my strap, it would kind of twist just the smallest amount because it's so flexible, a bit like wearing a thin NATO. It won't hold your watch head in place as well as a really thick or harder rubber strap. But what's interesting is you don't need to wait for any break-in period. So because of the design of the strap automatically forming down, because of the thinness of the strap, because of the suppleness of the strap, and because of the texture of the strap, it is the most comfortable strap I've had from the get-go. I do prefer my Tudor strap now. Now it's molded to my wrist. I think it holds the watch better onto my wrist because it's a more substantial watch. But a lot of people have that complaint about the Tudor strap. They don't like how rigid it is. And if you want a non-rigid strap, buy one of these. It's so thin. It's really, it caught me by surprise. They were very, very confident in the product. You will like it. We promise you, you will like it. And yeah, it's really good. So happy about that. It is a 20mm between the lugs, and it tapers down to 18. That seems pretty common. I think if it tapered down to 16mm, like some other straps, it wouldn't be substantial enough to hold the watch head in place, and it would move around too much on the wrist because of the design of the strap. So no issues with that. Perfectly happy with that. Some things I'd like to see some more colorways, maybe some less punchy colorways, like they've got some really bold colors out there. So maybe some darker grays, some darker tones that will go more with other watches. I'd also potentially like to see some color within it. So where you've got this gap in the middle, or you've got the middle bit and the two side bits, maybe make the middle bit a color or the two side bits a different color. So just again, from the fun side of it, and it gives a bit more interest to the watch, and you'll be able to pair it with some more watches. It would also be nice to see some options for the hardware. So this is fully brushed. Some people will want a mixture of brushing and polish. Some people might want fully polished, DLC or PVD. I appreciate these are all quite expensive things to do, but from a consumer point of view, to have those options. So with this watch, I would want a brushed or bead-blasted PVD or DLC coated buckle, but there isn't an option for that. So that is also something I would like to see. They have said that they are going to have more straps coming through, so 22mm lug widths, but I'd be very careful with that on a heavy watch. But it would be nice to get some 22mm straps in. I'd also say 21 because I can't wear it on this, and this is the watch I really wanted to try it on. So hopefully they'll get in the 21mm as well, especially as Rolex and other brands are starting to do 21mm more often. And they're also releasing a fitted strap, so I'll be interested to see what that looks like and what it is. And how it compares to the current offerings. So there you have it, a very, probably the best value proposition strap at this price. I would say the Artem is the best value proposition at that price, and this is easily the best value proposition at this price. If you have any questions, please just let me know.